This is a very sad and tired pug who is waiting with as much patience as he possibly can for his daddy to stop making films of his silly card games and start making more films of his beautiful pug. Alas, daddy has one more video of card games to make today. But after that, I'm done for the entire weekend. Actually, no, I forgot. I have a jumpstart video I've got to make for tomorrow morning. Shoot. Okay, well, one more video after this one, but a very short one. Anyways, I don't want to use up too much of my memory because I am gambling with space right now on my phone. So, as beautiful as this baby is, and as much as I'd love to just watch him all day, we have something we're here to do. It is Saturday, and I was going to just put out a pug video and call it quits for this Saturday because, as you know, I'm playing with a little bit of a, try to balance my finances, what have you, but I did get a little bit of a lucky break recently. Was able to get a little extra cash, and things are looking semi-positive at work that we might be getting a raise in the near future too, which could be cool. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna open this anyways, and if need be, maybe I'll get a couple extra pre-release kits later on. And what am I opening? Well, of course, you guys know if you've been following for a while that I do have one last lonely pre-release kit from the pile of like 4 or 5 that I bought when Tistaminis had them all on sale. So I wanted to open this because we are, first off, we are 5 subs away from 100, which is amazing. So shout out to everybody new who's joined in. I know a lot of people are joining because they love Kaiba, and I promise there will be more Kaiba videos coming really soon, don't worry. I'm trying to put a couple together right now, and I'm going to put together a few shorts this weekend too, and release them throughout the week next week, so you guys won't miss out, don't worry. I know, I've been slacking a little bit on Kaiba stuff. I'm going to focus a little more on Kaiba stuff next week, and a little less on card stuff, except for the regular videos. I've also decided that the Commander Core Creator Challenge, I'm going to push back an extra week to give everyone an extra week to work on it. So no rush there, Snoop, because I know you're at least working on it with me. If you're done already, I feel a little bit bad. I need a little more time myself, so I just figured, you know what, I'll give everybody a little extra time since we have an extra week to play with this time around. And next week, I promise we'll put out something cool with Kaiba in it. I don't know what that will be just yet, but I'll figure out something for you guys. In the meantime, the other reason why I wanted to open this today in particular, and I'm just going to crack this now and give you guys a chance to look at the artwork while I blab, because we've opened these before and we've seen the artwork before, so for those who haven't seen this before, enjoy the artwork. It is beautiful. The Caverns of Ixalan is definitely a gorgeous set. You've only scratched the surface. I love that, actually, as a line. But the thing I was going to say is the other reason I wanted to do this is because I wanted to give a shout out to some of the new channels that I'm currently following and some of the awesome people that I've found recently online who have helped me grow my community. And this is my way of like giving back and shouting out how awesome they are to you guys as well, so that if you're interested in following them, you have the opportunity. And also just, I'm going to link all their channels in this video so that if you guys are interested in going to find them, you can. But yeah, I like to give back when things are going well for me. And right now, like I say, 5 away from 100. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I hit 100 because doing live streams right now is kind of an impossibility, and that really sucks because I would have loved to have done a live stream for the first 100, do like a big Q&A and open a bunch of packs with you guys, but the only way I'm going to be able to pull that off is if I like do it outside or something, and then the audio is going to be trash, and I'm going to be on a really severe limit in terms of time because I'll be using just my phone, and my battery kind of dies really quick if it's not plugged in. So, with all that said, I'm open to ideas if anybody has them, but in the meantime, in between time, what I'm probably going to do is just, instead of a live stream, it will be a video where I'm going to give you guys all like a week to submit any questions that you have. I'll answer all the different questions in the video that I can, provided they're not, inappropriate. And then I will also open some packs or something and do something cool like that. Anyways, let's crack this. I want to put that face down because I don't want to see the promo until later. Ooh, I don't think it was purple last time, was it? Was it purple and black last time? I'm gonna have to go back and look at my own video from last time and see. I don't think it was, though. I really love the color combination of purple and black. For those who don't know, my favorite colors, just a little bit about me. My favorite colors are the green on Christmas trees, so evergreen is my absolute favorite color. Then I love the combination of purple and black because I was a huge fan of Goosebumps books as a kid, and purple and black was constantly visible in all their covers and stuff. And the more I saw that as a kid, the more I was just like, that is a sweet color combination. I never thought I would actually like purple because my mom is like an insane purple fanatic. But yeah, no, I really like purple and black as a combination. And then because of course I love murder mysteries and stuff like that, my third favorite color pattern happens to be crimson and black. So like blood red and black, which just looks really good on like covers and stuff like that. So we're going to set aside the promo here. And before I start cracking any of these packs, what we're going to do is I'm going to shout out one person first, the man, the myth, the legend. And then I am going to, before each pack, I'm going to shout out a channel for you guys and tell you a little bit about them. So, the man, the myth, the legend is the one and only Alan C / Jedi Alan. Yes, Alan, I'm calling you out in this video. Yes, I'm going to link your channel in this video because somebody needs to say how awesome you are in a video so that people can see this all the time. Not just when it's live, so that they can see it and be like, hey, who is that Alan guy? And then they go and look you up and find out how cool you are because you connect everybody. I don't know how Alan does it. I don't know where he finds the time to do it. Alan is connected to like 30 plus Discord servers, and he basically just networks all kinds of people's different live streams and their videos and boosts everybody and gets people to meet each other. And out of the channels that I'm going to shout out today, three of them for sure, I would not have found if it wasn't for Alan. The others I think I stumbled on my own, but Alan is still amazing for hooking people up. And there's like easily another 20 channels I could have shouted out today that Alan has hooked me up with and taught me about, and people who are awesome. But I didn't want to go crazy and shout out too many because I wanted to make sure that the channels that I did shout out would get some recognition by both you guys who are awesome and also by YouTube and the algorithm and what have you. So, like I say, Alan C, Jedi Alan on Twitch and on Discord is an amazing dude who is definitely the guy to get to know and is probably one of like YouTube's unsung heroes. So I wanted to make sure that he got a little recognition today. And when I go to open this, I'm going to embarrass him again. But first, let's get into some packs. So, first pack, first channel I want to shout out is Sean Stryzak, the Worm. Sean Stryzak does live streams crazy early in the morning because he is doing this on the side as well as being a pizza delivery guy. So this is one of those channels where it's a guy who's just trying to make it like I am. And he's an awesome dude, and he's putting in a lot of effort to put out some really cool content for everybody to watch. He focuses mostly on Resident Evil games, but I have seen him do some other stuff. The other night he did Dino Crisis, and it was really funny. So, yeah. The biggest trouble for him is he has some struggles with his internet connection, and his cat Max often wants attention. Hey, look, a cat. Shout out to Max. But, yeah. His channel is definitely one worth watching if you love Resident Evil content. I would definitely say go over and check him out. There's a few channels today that do mostly Resident Evil stuff. At least that's what I watch on their channels. I know they do other things too, but those are the games that I really like, so that's how I found their channel. And yeah, Sean is definitely worth getting over and checking out, guys. He's really funny. We have a lot of good laughs with him, even when he's struggling. And what I really like about his channel too is his channel is very honest and real. It's not like a polished channel in terms of like, this is an amazing gamer who is going to show you all the ins and outs and just walk you through so that you can be a legendary status player too. He's a gamer like me who gets his butt kicked a bunch before he finally succeeds, and then it's that much more awesome when he does. So we're going to crack this pack first in honor of Sean. And then, like I say, I've got 5 more packs here. I do also want to shout out Snoop, of course, because Snoop is amazing. Snoop is like my all-star on my channel. He's the hero who always shows up to all my videos, comments on all my content, and if he ever decides to go into YouTube, I will be his #1 fan because I feel like he is my #1 fan, and I appreciate him immensely. But Sean has also been shouting out or writing a bunch of stuff on my videos too, and I really appreciate that, Sean. So this pack's for you, buddy. Here we go. Sunfire Torch. We got an artifact equipment, so a weapon. Equipped creature has +1/+0, and whenever this creature attacks, sacrifice this thing. If you do, that creature deals 2 damage to any target. I'm not so fond of that, but okay. On the plus side, I don't have to do the pack trick for any of these, which is nice. Oh, a Nurturing Bristleback. I love this guy. When he enters the battlefield, he makes a 3/3 dinosaur creature, so he makes his own little baby. It's cute. And you can also cycle this for forests, which is cool. So that's great for any green deck that, or any deck that just has green. So awesome pull there. Deep Goblin Skull Taker. Always nice to pull an extra one of these. 2/2 with Menace. So he has to be blocked by 2 creatures minimum. And at the beginning of your end step, if a creature went to your if a permanent went to your graveyard from anywhere, you get to put a +1/+1 counter on him. So he gets bigger every time something goes to your graveyard. That could actually go in my mono black deck, possibly. Son of Stupefaction. I've never pulled that one yet. Enchant creature or vehicle. When this thing enters the battlefield, you can mill 2 cards. Enchanted permanent has -X/-O, where X is the number of permanents in your... Ooh, I like that. That's cool. Basically reduces the power of something to nothing if you're playing like a graveyard deck. Nice. Thousand Moons Infantry. 2 and a white for a 2/4. Untap this thing during each other player's untap step. Nice. Always have a blocker. I like it. Sunshot Militia, 1 and a red, 1/3, tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures you control. This thing deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay. I hear the dog barking outside. Hopefully that doesn't mean my dad's home. If it does, I'm just going to have to go a little quieter for the rest of this video, but we will get through this. Don't worry. Runaway Boulder, not my favorite. Enters the battlefield, deals 6 damage to target creature an opponent controls, which is okay, but then it does absolutely nothing afterwards. Pathfinding Axejaw is not bad. It enters the battlefield and explores, so it gets a +1/+1 counter on it, or you get an extra land to your hand, potentially, which is nice. Mama Veteran, I've pulled enough of him. He's okay. It is a kitty, so hey Max, another kitty. But, yeah, it's not the best one. Whenever it attacks, if there are 4 more permanents in your graveyard, you put a +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. You can put it on this guy and make him bigger, but you can also put it on other things. I do like that he's a 5/4 with trample, so that is a solid. But, yeah. Ooh, spring-loaded saw blades. This is something new. Hold on. We don't want to reveal whatever's underneath here. Flash, when this thing enters the battlefield, deals 5 damage to target tapped creature and opponent controls. Okay. Craft with an artifact for 3 and a white, and you get a 5/5 with... Tap 2 other untapped artifacts you control. This thing becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. Or you can crew 1 instead. Either way, you're going to swing with a 5/5. It's not the best vehicle ever, but it's not terrible. Market Gnome, 1 white for a 0/3. When it dies, you gain a life and draw a card. And if it's exiled from the battlefield, you get to gain a life and draw a card. So, either way. Value. Ooh, new one. Ixali's Lorekeeper, 1 green for a 1/1. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast a dinosaur spell or... Ooh. That might have to replace one of the other mana dorks in my dinosaur deck. Nice. I like it. That's actually really good for a 5-color dinosaur deck. I'm definitely putting that in my dinosaur deck. I'm just not sure exactly where. That's definitely the hit of the pack, though, for me. So far. Rune Lurker Bat, 1 white for a 1/1 flying lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, if you descended this turn, scry 1. I like that too, actually. That's really good as a hit, too, but I like the dinosaur one a little bit better. Ooh, Squirming Emergence is a good one to have an extra copy of, though. Return to the battlefield, target non-land permanent in your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the number of permanents in your graveyard. This is fantastic for a deck that does a bunch of descending and stuff, so having an extra copy of this is amazing. Really happy about that. Does it beat the dinosaur one for me? It's more versatile, so I'm going to have to give it credit where credit's due. And we got a Plains, a full art one, with the dinosaur art from Jurassic Park. Nice. Beautiful. Solid start, solid start. Hope you enjoyed your pack, Sean. Alright, next pack is shouting out a channel that I found recently that is actually smaller than mine, which doesn't happen very often. Most people I find usually are bigger than me, and slowly, if anything, I might get a couple other people to join me, but I just love also helping out any small channel that I can. Anybody that's under like 100,000 to me seems like a small channel. I'm sure that's not the case, but I mean, I'm right now under 100 people, so who am I to judge what's small and what's not? Anyways, the channel I want to show next is called Dire Wolf Reborn Studios. I've been listening to this guy's music recently. I'm not sure if he's making it via AI or if he's got a band or how he's going about it exactly. So don't get me wrong, I'm not a huge fan of AI. And I'll be the first to admit that I'm not a huge fan of AI in terms of like how it's going to take over markets and stuff like that. But the music that this guy is making really sings to me. And what I thought was really cool, for the record, what I think is actually really cool about his channel, I'm just going to put top cards up here for each pack. Plus I'll put the lands and tokens over here, so that way everything's a little more organized on my board. Sorry guys. What I really love about his channel is the fact that he actually recently put out a vinyl with some of his music. And I was thinking, that is so cool. I don't personally have a record player myself, but I'm just thinking, like, how awesome is it this day and age for you not to go out for a CD, not to go out for, like, something on Spotify or something like that. His musical debut is a vinyl. That is pretty sick, I think. Now, his music is a little bit all over the place, and I will admit some of his music is not my flavor. I'm not a huge fan of, like, rap-style music, per se. It's not anything necessarily against that community or that genre of music, it's just not my style. I'm very much a to-each-their-own person. I think that everybody should enjoy their music. It's just not something that really speaks to me much. But he also has a lot of like heavy metal stuff that's really cool. The vinyl that he put out is based around a song he wrote for each of the 7 deadly sins. Plus, I think there's an extra song on it because if I remember correctly, there's 8 total. So, I mean, that's really cool too, just to have like that neat little theme that he's done and the way he's tied things in. So, I just wanted to shout out his channel because I think that if you like that sort of type of music, you might enjoy what he's doing. I'm definitely enjoying it, and I hope he will enjoy this pack if he sees the video. For the record, if any of you guys who I'm giving a pack or opening a pack for see this video, I would love it if you shouted that out in the comments just to let me know, because that would mean a lot to me, that I know you guys are interested in what I'm doing. Oop, I almost spoiled something there. We got a dinosaur token. Always good to have a 3/3. Adaptive Gem Guard. 3 and a white for a 3/3. Tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures you control. Put a +1/+1 counter on this thing. Not a good start. Burning Sun Cavalry. Oh, that's interesting. 1 and a red for a 2/2. Some guy riding a dinosaur. Is that a Tali? Maybe. Or no, that's not a Tali. What's her name? I'm trying to remember her name, and I can't. Whenever Burning Sun Cavalry attacks or blocks while you control a dinosaur, this thing gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Probably not going to end up using that. But it's still kind of neat. Basking Capybara. 1 and a green for a 1/3. Gets +3/+0 as long as there are 4 more permanent cards in your graveyard. So it becomes a 4/3. It's okay. Acolyte of Aklazots. This is actually a good one. 2 and a black for a 1/4. Tap, sacrifice another creature or artifact. Everybody loses a life except for you, and you gain a 1 life. Always great to have extra sack outlets because I like to play a lot of stuff with sacrifice in it. So I'm really happy with that one. That's currently the hit of the pack. River Herald Scout. 1 and a blue for enters a battlefield and explores. Decent. Merfolk, also decent. Definitely good to have in a Merfolk deck. Trouble is, I'm pretty sure I already have one, so I don't think I needed that one. Although, it might end up in the Commander Core Creator Challenge deck that I'm currently building, because the Explore mechanic would actually help that with the landfall. Nice. I didn't think of that. You just got bumped to second best card in the pack. Fanatical Offering. 1 and a black, instant, as an initial cost, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards, and create a map token. So we pulled a map earlier. I didn't explain what it was. I apologize. You pay 1, you tap this, you sacrifice, and a creature gets to explore. It's not the best artifact in the world, but it's not a terrible artifact to have. You get to pick which creature explores when you use the map token, at least, as opposed to being told which one by the creature effect, like in the case of the Herald Scout. It's not a bad card. Goblin Tomb Raider. I don't know if I've ever pulled that before. 1 red for a 1/2. As long as you control an artifact, this thing gets +1/+0 and has haste. Neat. That would go well in one of my goblin decks that I'm building currently. Rotting Brine is okay. I do love the island cycling on it, but otherwise it's just a big buffy dinosaur with Ward 3. Now Ward 3 is awesome because that means it can't be targeted unless somebody pays an additional 3 mana. So if you put a bunch of stuff on it, you can make it pretty badass. But it does cost 7 to put into play, which is a lot. Otaclan Landmark. Another one that flips. When it enters the battlefield, you scry 2, then you craft it with an artifact, and it becomes a 1/4 flying artifact golem, which, whenever it attacks, target attacking creature without flying gets flying until end of turn. That's decent. That's decent. Can go up near the front. Still definitely Acolyte is the best card so far, though. Staunch Crewmate. When this thing enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal an artifact or pirate, put it into your hand, the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. Okay. Deep Cavern Bat. I think the Bat would definitely be a card that Direwolf would love to see. I don't know the first name of Direwolf. I didn't ask him because I haven't had a chance to actually get in touch with him personally yet. This is going to be a surprise for him that I'm showing out his channel. Hopefully he enjoys. It's actually a surprise for pretty much everybody. I never actually tell people in advance that I'm doing this. So far it hasn't worked out negatively for me though. When this thing enters the battlefield, look at opponent's hand. You can exile a non-land card from it until this thing leaves the battlefield, which is kind of cool. They can't play the card. It's actually better than the ones that work on the battlefield where it's already in play, I'm going to exile it, but if the card goes away, then that comes back into play for free. In this case, I'm preventing them from playing it in the first place, and they still have to pay the cost when it comes back when this thing leaves the battlefield. So that's pretty solid. You can go near the front. Colossal Dactyl. I've never pulled one of those before. 2 and 2 green for a 4/5 with reach and trample. That's pretty decent as a dinosaur, as far as dinosaurs go. I like that. Ooh, Thousands Moon Smithy. Put that down so we don't spoil, because this is another one that's going to flip. When this thing enters a battlefield, create a white golem soldier artifact creature token. With this power's toughness and power, this creature's power and toughness are each equal to the number of artifacts and/or creatures you control. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may tap 5 untapped artifacts and/or creatures you control. If you do, this thing gets transformed into Barracks of the Thousand. Taps to add white. Whenever you cast an artifact or creature spell using mana produced from this thing, create a white golem. Ooh. I like me this a lot. You just went to the head of the pack, sir. And our holo was a Soul Coil Viper, which is a decent card too. You can tap to sacrifice it, return target card from your creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Finality counters mean that if it leaves the battlefield for any reason, it gets exiled automatically. But you can flicker it and get rid of that counter, per se. Or sorry, if it would die, it gets exiled. So yeah, if you flicker it, you get rid of the counter. And a Captivating Cave. Decent land, too, on the back here. Taps for 1 of any color. If you pay 1, you can pay 4, tap this, sacrifice, put 2+1/+1 counters on a creature. Can't complain about the land. Definitely the hit of the pack and the day, though, is going to be the Thousand Moon Smithy for sure. I think, possibly. That might actually be worth some money. In addition to being a badass card. How are we doing for time? Oh shit, I need to move this along a little bit faster. Alright, next channel I want to shout out before I open this pack is TRO. I'm not really sure if he pronounces it Tro or TRO. I always just say TRO, in my head at least. Another guy who does some awesome Resident Evil gaming. If you like Resident Evil and you like challenges, you're gonna love his channel. He actually just pulled off something really amazing. He pulled off a no save, no damage run of Code Veronica. It took him a bit, and it was really awesome to see. And I am really proud of him. In real life, he's also an awesome dude. He works in a hospital, which is amazing. Always helping out people. Helping out people is always awesome, in my opinion. And yeah, just a fantastic channel to go watch. If you love some zombie stuff. I know he's done Hitman before in the past too. I'm not sure what other games he's done besides those two necessarily. But yeah. Definitely one of my favorite streamers to watch right now. And I hope you guys will go over and check him out. Another map token. This pack I hope you will enjoy, my friend. Rampaging Spike Tail. It's okay. It has Swamp Cycling, which is great. But otherwise, not the best card. When he enters, he gives a creature +2/+0 and indestructible, but he costs 6 to put into play, so. Holy crap, why am I having such a hard time? Orazka Puzzle Door. 1 for an artifact, pay 1, tap, sacrifice, look at the top 2 cards of your library, put 1 into your hand and the other into your graveyard. I mean, it's better than the dinosaur, but not by much. Huatli! That's who I was trying to say about the girl who was riding the dinosaur before. I thought it was Huatli. Huatli's Final Strike. 2 and a green. Target creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It deals damage equal to its power to a creature your opponent controls. I love that. It's much better than Fight, so you are now the top card. Screaming Phantom. That's a new one for me. 2 and a black for a 2/2 Flying Spirit. When it attacks, mill a card. Interesting. Dangerous. Interesting. Out of Air is one of my favorite counter spells from this set. Costs 2 less to cast if you're picking on a creature, but otherwise you just counter whatever's coming into play for 4, which is pretty decent. Envoy of Okinek Ahua. 3/3 for 2 and a white. Pay 4 and a white, you get a gnome. That's a 1/1. Not the best kitty. Cosmium Blast. 1 and a white. Deals 4 damage to target attacking creature or blocking creature. Dece. Deathcap Marionette. Also Dece. 1/1 with Death Touch. Always happy to see Death Touch. And when it enters the battlefield, you mill 2 cards, which is okay if you're looking to do that. Frilled Cavern Worm. Not so much. You can go actually towards the front. And so can Out of Air. Not so much, though. It gets +2/+0 if there are 4 more permanent cards in your graveyard. Otherwise, it's a 2/5 for 4. We got the landmark already. We've seen both sides. I'm not going to worry about flipping it. Ooh, new legendary. I've never pulled this guy before. Caparacti Sunborn. 2, a red and a white for 4/4. Whenever it attacks, you may tap 2 untapped artifacts and or creatures you control. If you do, discover 3. That's going to be a fun deck to build at some point. That is definitely top pull right now in this pack. Belligerent Yearling. 1 and a red for a 3/2 trample. Whenever another dinosaur enters the battlefield under control, you may have this thing's base power become equal to that creature's power until end of turn. Okay. I mean, because it's a low cost, that's decent. I'll definitely put it near the front, but it's probably not going to make my deck. Ooh. Nikonzil Current Conductor. 2 legendaries in 1 pack, guys. 2/3 for 1 blue and 1 green. Whenever a creature you control explores a land card, you can put that land from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. Nice. Whenever a creature you control explores a non-land card, put a +1/+1 counter on this guy. Also nice. Definitely a hit. I think I like the soldier a little bit more today, just because I'm pretty sure I have a copy of that already in my Merfolk deck. If not, that's definitely a hit for my Merfolk deck. And I definitely don't think I have a full art version, so I'm really happy with the pull. But that is brand new. And honestly, this has very much TRO energy all over it. A soldier that when it attacks, you can tap a couple things, and if you do, you get to discover. For your sake, TRO, let me explain. You exile cards from the top of your library into exile a non-land card with mana value 3 or less. You get to cast that card without paying its mana cost or put it into your hand. And the rest go to the bottom of your deck in a random order. That feels like something you would totally get into. I think you would really enjoy that if you were ever actually to jump into this game. So I'm going to definitely call that as the best pull for this pack for you, buddy. But let's just finish the pack because I could be wrong. We do have a Fabrication Foundry. This could definitely put me on my butt. Tap, add white, spend only to cast an artifact or activate an ability of an artifact. Pay 2 and a white, tap. Exile 1 or more artifacts, other artifacts, not this one, with total mana value X, and then return target artifact card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. I do not like that very much. I get what it's trying to do. I get that it's probably awesome. I get that it's probably the money card in this pack. But it's not my favorite. Ooh, another Captivating Cave. Nice. I will definitely still put it to the top with the 2 legendaries because those are definitely the best hits in this pack by far. But not my first choice. I need a second to stretch out this leg. Oh. That is getting stiff. 2 almost hour-long videos back-to-back is going to be tough on Gurney's body. But we are going to get through this. And ironically, moaning and groaning right now feels perfect for the next pack that I'm going to open. Hopefully you loved your pack, TRO. And hopefully you love the shout-out. Hopefully some people from my channel will go over and see you guys. Because I'm just trying to connect communities from different places. Matt Cave Gaming's channel hopefully will come over and check out you guys too. Matt Cave, I apologize, I'm not giving you a pack today, but I'm giving you a really, really cool shout out tomorrow. If you check out my channel's video tomorrow for Super Deck Sunday, you're going to see something awesome. And I'm actually going to post a picture of it in your Discord ahead of time to make sure that you tune in because I think you're going to love it. This shout out, however, is not going to Matt Cave Gaming. This shout out is going to a different type of gaming. It's going to Grandma Gaming. Sorry, Grandma. Tongue-tied. Grandma Gaming's channel is insanely fun to watch. She does a lot of live streams of a few different games that she's enjoying right now. The big ones that I remember off the top of my head are Elder Scrolls and Mines of Moria. It's a Lord of the Rings game. If I got the title wrong, I apologize. But she basically like develops like the cave and like builds a house and fights off goblins, and it's really funny to watch. I know that she's doing some other games too. I think Baldur's Gate might be the other one. But really funny channel to watch. She's a blast. She interacts with her community really well. And it's really funny when she messes up and she swears by accident. So, yes, I'm never going to forget that clip, Grandma, of you falling into the hole and saying the F word and then getting super embarrassed and how cute you were when you did it. It will forever be etched in my mind. This pack is for you. I hope you will enjoy the pack ripping, and I hope that you will keep doing some awesome gaming streams on your channel. Ooh, you got a treasure. That feels perfect. Grandmas are treasures, aren't they? So I think that's actually awesome. Let's see what we pull for Grandma. We got the Basking Capybara again. Not bad, not bad. Another Acolyte, definitely going to the front currently. Another River Herald. Ooh, a Soaring Sandwing. We've almost got the cycle complete so far. We've got the forest one, we got the swamp one, we got the island one, and now we got the plains one. So the only one we're missing from the set is the mountain one. What I'm talking about is if I pay 2 and I discard this card, I can go search my deck for a card that has the word plains on it. It doesn't have to actually just be a basic plains. It can be like a combo 2-land card or even a combo 3-land card. As long as it has the word plains in the text, I can pull it with this from my deck, which is kind of cool. The other thing that's kind of cool about this one, although it's very expensive for a 3/5, you do get to get 3 life when it comes into play, and it has flying. So, as far as the dinosaur cards go, this one is my favorite one after the green one, because the green one gives you an extra body. This one has evasion, which a lot of dinosaurs don't, so that's pretty solid. Tectonic Hazard. 1 red, deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. Awesome card to pull. Definitely one I love to have. I don't need multiple copies of it though, but I'm still happy to have an extra copy. I'm just not sure what I'm going to put it with. I put it with, the thing that was really cool is I comboed this with my red-black deck that I recently built, the Commander. I haven't shown you guys yet who it is. But she's going to wipe out the board when I play this card in her deck, so that's why I like this card. Disruptor Wanderglyph is pretty solid. When it attacks, exile a card from an opponent's graveyard. Decent way to get rid of a bunch of stuff so that they can't target it and bring it back if they're playing Reanimator and things. Always a good card. I actually think I'm going to put that ahead of the Acolyte. Walk with the Ancestors is another solid pull. Return a target permanent from your graveyard to your hand, and then you get to discover 4. So in this case, instead of getting 3 mana value, you get 4 mana value, or less. And so you're getting a double play from this for 5. That's pretty decent. Actually, I think that's better than the Wanderglyph even. So, no. I'm going to put the Wanderglyph still ahead. Abrade is okay. Deals 3 damage or destroys an artifact. Not terrible. Not amazing, but not terrible. Acrobatic Leap, +1/+3, flying, and untap. Instant speed? I'll take that. Ooh, Grasping Shadows. Put that down so you don't see what's next. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets Death Touch and Lifelink until end turn. I only have 1 copy of this, so having an extra copy is awesome. What I love about this is you put a dread counter on it, and then once there's 3 or more dread counters on this, you transform it, and it becomes a Shadow's Lair, where you can tap it and add black, or pay black and tap, remove a counter from it, and you draw a card and you lose a life. So just a great way to get a little bit of extra value into your hand if you need it, or you have an extra land on the battlefield. And yes, I noticed I said great. But it's the first one, I think, in this stream. So that's pretty bit, or this video. So I think that's pretty good. I don't think Grandma's favorite card's going to be Grasping Shadows, though. I think the Disruptor Wanderglyph might be a good card for her. Although, she might like the Acrobatic Leap, too. Let me know in the comments which one you like the best artwork of, Grandma, so far. Stinging Cave Crawler probably definitely isn't it. That looks pretty terrifying. I don't think she would like that one. But I do. 2 and a black for a 1/3 with Death Touch? Heck yes. And whenever it attacks, if there are 4 more permanents in your graveyard, you draw a card and you lose a life. I'm good with that. Dig Site Conservator. I've never pulled this one. Sacrifice and exile up to 4 cards from a single graveyard. Only do it at sorcery speed. When it dies, you can pay 4 if you do discover 4. It's not horrible, but it's not amazing. Definitely not something I'm going to probably use too often, but I'll hang on to it, of course. Colossal Dactyl, another one. I mean, sorry, I'm just going to go back to this for a second. I think Grandma would like the artwork on that one probably a lot, but so I'll put it up here anyways, but I don't know. Ooh, we got a Restless Reef. Enters battlefield tapped, adds blue or black, pay 2 blue and black, and it becomes a 4/4 blue-black shark with Death Touch until end of turn. Cool. Whenever it attacks, target player mills 4 cards. Damn, that's a land, guys. And we got a full art forest. Double land at the end of the pack, Grandma. Nice. Put a couple things up there. There we go. Alright. I hope you liked that pack. I hope you liked the shout out. I hope everybody from my community will go watch Grandma play. She actually also does, before I move on to the next pack, she's part of a group called the Fellowship of the Stream. I think they're really funny when they play Lord of the Rings together. They usually do that on Sundays, so just something for you guys to think about checking out. But yeah. Moving right along, we got 2 more packs to open and 2 more channels to shout out. Well, technically 3 more channels to shout out. And actually, I'm going to shout out a couple more old people next, I think. And then I'm going to finish with a fellow I'm really enjoying chatting with recently, who I think we're going to become fast friends, he and I. So this pack is going out to 2 channels. And the reason why it's going out to 2 channels is because they both share the same Discord channel. And so I'm hoping that they're actually friends, and I'm hoping that they get along, and I'm hoping that they're not going to pick a fight in my comment section about the fact that they have to share a pack. Because there's only 6 packs in the box. And I wanted to shout out both their channels because I love both of them. I'm really enjoying watching both their content. I think they're both really funny old guys. And old guys who play games are funny to watch. The first is Scott of Old Fart Gaming, and the second is Andy of Oma Gaming. Both of them do live streams of a variety of different games. I'm not going to get into which games they do because, to be perfectly honest, I couldn't list them all. I do know one game that they both, I think, were doing collectively. I could be wrong because I only got to watch the live stream once and I didn't get to watch it for very long. But I think collectively they were playing a game called Forest, and they just finished it up recently, I heard. I believe that if they did do that collectively, it would probably be something really funny for you guys to start with, so you can get a feel for both their channels. But they're both really amazing people overall. Andy is constantly trying to just give lots of love and support to people, and he's a big, I'm not usually a huge fan of shouting out people for this reason, don't get me wrong, and it's not because I don't think that people should have faith or whatever, per se. I just don't particularly have a lot of solid faith myself, at least not at the moment. I used to be a person of faith and I kind of lost my way. But Andy is huge on giving God's love to people through his streams and just promoting friendship, and he's really genuine, and I really appreciate that about him. And Scott has one of the most unique rules I've ever heard of when it comes to a live stream, which is he doesn't want you to shout out. He loves it when people shout out channels in his in the chat of his live streams, but he doesn't want you to shout out your own channel. So what he does is he encourages everybody to shout out each other's channels, and it helps with the algorithm, supposedly, first off. I don't know exactly how that works because I'm not a huge computer guy. He explained it to me once, and I kind of understand the generics of it, but the specifics of it I couldn't explain to you if I was asked to. What I do know is I think it's amazing that he gets everybody to shout out each other's channels and connect to each other. I can say that I've never been in a live stream except for any one that Alan, of course, is in, where people have had their stuff promoted so heavily. Anything that Alan's in, Alan is always there shouting out people's channels, as is Black Dragon in Matt Cave Gaming streams, but for the most part, it doesn't happen to the degree that I've ever seen it happen on Old Fart Gaming streams. And I think both of them are pure awesome old guys to follow. If you like watching old fellows play games and have a crazy time, definitely check out their channels. No token on the back, guys. You might be getting something really cool in your pack at the end here. Typically, if there's no token, that means there's a list card. List cards are something from a different set that you want to collect, and you can't typically get elsewhere, so we might have something pretty cool at the end here for you guys. But let's start with 1,000 Moons Infantry, which is awesome. I already said about how awesome this card is because it untaps during each player's untap step, so you always have a blocker. Beautiful start. Hotfoot Gnome, not so much. Has haste, taps to give another target creature haste. I do like the fact that it can give other things haste. It's really weak on the butt end. It's a 2 and a red for a 3/1. If it was a 1/3, I would definitely be praising this card a lot more. Seeker of Sunlight. 1 green for a 1/1. Pay 2 and a green. This thing explores. Ooh. Do I have a copy of this in my Merfolk deck? I'm not sure. But that's pretty cool. I like that. Goes to the front. Join the Dead. 1 and 2 black. Target creature gets -5/-5 until end of turn. Or -10/-10 if there are 4 permanents in your graveyard. Getting there, Kaiba. 2 more packs and a small thing, and then we're going. Cogwork Wrestler. 1 and a blue, or 1 blue for 1/2 with flash, and when it enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/-0 until end of turn. That looks pretty cool. Actually, I like the artwork on that one. The Merfolk is still the better pull, but I'm definitely putting that to the front for the reason of the artwork. Compass Gnome. I'm just going to take a short break from this. Crud. Okay, you guys didn't miss anything. I accidentally hit the button to go out of the camera when I grabbed the camera, but you didn't miss anything. I promise. Everything is still exactly the way it was. I just thought it would be cool to get a shot of Kaiba taking a drink to add to the video because of how many people love the puggy stuff. And I know that Andy has a couple of really cute dogs. Trying to remember off the top of my head what were their names. I think it's Buster and Princess, but I'm probably wrong about one of those. Very cute dogs, though. Kaiba's getting eager because he knows that we should be going to the splash pad soon because Daddy does have to get to bed in the near future. I do have one more shift to get through this week, unfortunately. Compass Gnome, 2 for a 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, you can search your library for basic land or a cave, reveal it and put it on top. I hate things that put it on top, so I'm going to say no to that one. Fanatical Offering, we've seen that one already. It's decent. Goblin Tomb Raider, decent. Idol of the Deep King, I don't know if I pulled that before. Flash, when it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. Craft with an artifact for 2 and a red, and it becomes an equipment that looks really cool, first off. And second off, when it enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control. That creature gets +2/+0. It doesn't do a frickin' a lot for all the effort that you're putting in, but I love the artwork on it. And you know what? I think you guys might appreciate that a little bit more than the one I currently have at the front, so I'm going to put the sword up for you guys as a top pull so far. We did get another Lore Keeper. Ironic. I've never pulled one before, and in this pre-release kit, I've pulled two. I only have one dinosaur deck, so I don't need a second one, so that's not super useful right now, but oh well. So Woya's Justice. 1 in a red. The owner of target artifact or creature with mana value 1 or greater shuffles it into their library. Then that player discovers X where X is its mana value. Huh. Interesting. You can target yourself with that. That's pretty good. I do like that. Contested Game Ball. Okay, that's definitely going to the front. I mean, come on, guys. That is like old man energy on it. Hardcore. That is a game that you guys probably played when you were kids. Okay, I'm sorry. No more old man digs. Whenever you're dealt combat damage, the attacking player gains control of this thing and untaps it. Pay 2, tap, draw a card, and put a point counter on this thing. Then if it has 5 or more point counters on it, sacrifice and create a treasure token. Huh. Odd, but neat. I kind of like it. Ooh! We got a god! Osier Axonil Deepest Might. I apologize, Andy. I know you believe in the one true god, but in Magic the Gathering, there are many gods. And this one is pretty badass. Trample. If a red source you control would deal an amount of non-combat damage less than this thing's power to an opponent, that source deals damage equal to this thing's power instead. When this thing dies, return to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner's ability control, and it becomes Temple of Power. Add red, or pay 2 in red, tap, transform this thing, but only activate if red sources you control deal 4 damage or more that's non-combat this turn. That is so cool! That is definitely the hit of the pack. Okay, I am getting rid of the old man ball, and you guys definitely just hit the mother load. Plus, we got a Tendril of the Micro Tyrant. I do love the Micro Tyrant. He is one of my favorites. 1 in a green for a Fungus Wizard. Pay 5 and 2 green, put 7+1/+1 counters on target non-creature land you control. It becomes a 0/0 fungus creature with haste. Damn! The hits in this pack, guys. This pack has some serious fire. We got a Hidden Cataract as our cave. And our list card. Bum. Ah, that was a big letdown at the end. It was just one of those stupid tokens that I hate. They put these lame tokens in for you to like write stuff on if you want to make like a proxy, or if you have, say, a double-sided card, then you can put the extra information from the other side on it so that you don't have to take it out of your sleeve when you're playing the game. Personally, I just end up throwing most of those away. You guys definitely got the solid hit though. Your pack is on par with Direwolf's for best card of the day. And there was like way more stuff in that pack than any other pack. So I mean, for 2 people to have to share a pack, you guys definitely shared the pack that was seriously loaded. I hope you both enjoy your shout out, and I hope you guys both keep making awesome content, and that we can all keep growing our channels together, and love everybody. Much love to all. Final pack, final shout out. Need a sip of Coke first though. Build the anticipation a bit. This shout out goes to Mr. Tibbs. Mr. Tibbs. Why am I singing your name? I don't know. Mr. Tibbs' channel is one that I found through TRO's channel. And Mr. Tibbs does a lot of the same stuff as TRO. He doesn't know this, but in my mind, I like to call him the British TRO. Mr. Tibbs is actually a really awesome guy. Another very genuine person, awesome content creator. I've connected with him a lot personally. We've been talking a lot through Discord in the last week since I've joined his channel. since joining his channel, just because like we've connected on such a meaningful level, and since he's been such an awesome and supportive guy, I'm already like a moderator on his channel, which is insane. Um, I've never been a moderator on anybody's channel other than Sage, who is awesome. Shout out to my uh, child from another mother, Sage. But beyond them, I've never actually been a moderator for anybody's Discord server other than my own, of course. So it was a real honor to be nominated for that, and um, I really appreciate it when people appreciate other people. You know what I mean? Like I've been going through a lot in the last couple weeks, and not that other people haven't been supportive. Sean's been really supportive. TRO's been really supportive. Grandma's been really supportive. Um, like a lot of people have been really in my corner and shouting me out. You guys have been really supportive in my comments and stuff too. But I really feel like a really strong connection with Mr. Tibbs to the point where like I feel like we're going to become really good friends over time. And I just wanted to do this last pack for him as a shout out, because I think that he will enjoy that. Um, hopefully he and Mrs. Tibbs have a really nice vacation. I know TRO and his wife just recently came back from their vacation and they had a really good time, so hopefully it will pass along. And hopefully you will enjoy this last pack. And then I'm just going to do the promo and get us out of here for this Saturday video, because even though it's not technically Saturday, it's Thursday, and I really need to get going for Kaiba. He is very antsy right now. We got a fungus. I do love fungus, and it's always nice to have an extra copy of a token for that, because I have a Micro Tyrant deck, and those make a ton. I said we needed one more to get all the land cycling. We have officially pulled every single land cycling. That is hilarious. We got the green one, the blue one. I'm just going to put them to the front of their respective packs where we pulled them. I think the black one was in here. Yep. I'm pretty sure it was this one that had the white one, and now we've pulled the red one. So we have pulled all 5 of the land fetching cards in this set, which is really funny. They all have really strong power and toughness, you'll notice, except for the flying one, but the flying one has flying, which is way better than any of the other things. And this one is actually probably the best one of all of them, though, because of what it does. First off, it has trample, which makes its power actually worthwhile having. And second off, you can actually sacrifice a land to draw a card. So you get a lot of value out of this one compared to the others in terms of if you're stuck. Mineshaft Spider, nice. Always good to pull more spiders. We're going to build that Shelob deck eventually. When it enters the battlefield, you mill 2 cards. It has reach, as a lot of spiders do. Greedy Foot Freebooter is a solid pull. When he dies, you get to scry 1 and you make a treasure token. He's awesome for decks where you want to sacrifice stuff, so pretty good, but I like the spider a little bit better. Another Herald Scout. I don't really need another one. Adaptive Gem Guard, okay. Tectonic Hazard, not bad. Miner's Guildwing, that's interesting. 1 for a 1/1 with Flying Vigilance, and when it dies, target creature you control gets to explore. That's a pretty good bird. It's definitely the better card of the pack so far. You got a bird so far, Tibbs, as your best pull. Not bad, not bad. Another Chance is actually a really good card, too. You mill 2 cards, and then you can put up to 2 creature cards from your graveyard back into your hand. Definitely great for getting stuff out of your graveyard. That's 3 greats, I think, for the video. Not bad. Cartographer's Companion enters the battlefield, make a map token. Clayfire Bricks, this one's not the best one by any means. Enters the battlefield, search your library for basic land, put it into your hand, gain 2 life. When you transform it, it enters the battlefield, you make 2 colorless 1/1s, and creatures you control get +1/+1. It's not terrible, but it's not amazing. Self-Reflection, create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. It'd be nice if it was any creature, but I'm still going to say that's a hit. Deep Cavern Bat, yeah, why not? Malamute Battleglyph, 1 green. Oh, my leg is killing me. Sorry, guys. Target creature you control and target creature you don't control. If the creature you control enters the battlefield this turn, put a +1/+1 counter, then they fight each other. I'm not a fan of fights, so that one's going to go to the back. Ooh, Tishana's Tidebender. That's actually a good one, guys, for Merfolk decks. Flash, when it enters the battlefield, counter up to 1 target activated or triggered ability. If an ability of an artifact, creature, or planeswalker is countered this way, that permanent loses all abilities for as long as this thing remains on the battlefield. Actually, that's even better. It's not necessarily needed for a Merfolk deck. That's a really good hit for the pack. And I mean, that feels very TRO, or not TRO, sorry. We already did TRO. My apologies. I'm thinking of British TRO now. This feels very Mr. Tibbs to me. Mr. Tibbs is from across the pond, so, you know, get a little ocean action in there. Why not? And you got a Hidden Volcano as your last card, my friend. A decent cave, not the best. I'm not a huge fan of the caves other than the one we actually pulled earlier a couple times that does multiple tapping stuff. It's an okay pack to end on. Definitely not the best pack of the day. If I had to say best pack of the day, I think you got no choice but to say it was pack number 5. However, we definitely pulled some cool stuff in every pack. Definitely had some fun with this video. Hopefully everything's been on camera pretty decently for you guys. And hopefully you guys have had fun. One more time before we get to the last bit of sauce here, the dessert, if you will, of the pre-release kit. I would just like to shout out Alan C. /Jedi Alan. The man, the myth, the legend, the one who has connected me to Gaming Grandma, connected me to Old Fart Gaming, Oma Gaming. I found him on Matt Cave Gaming's channel. He's hooked me into Blackhawk's channel. Who else have I been hooked up with? There are so many channels that I honestly can't name them all because that's how cool Alan is. Alan is a guy, and for the record, Alan has like 5 subs. He doesn't make any videos. So I really don't think he gets anything out of this other than he's doing it from the kindness of his own heart and because he likes to recognize streamers who are awesome. Because he likes to recognize streamers who are awesome, and because of how awesome a guy he is, this promo is going out to Alan. So, I'm just going to set aside the arena code, and before anybody yells at me in the comments, yes, I will give out arena codes. I'm going to give them out as prizes, though. Arena codes are prizes for joining the Commander Core Creator Challenge. So, if you would like to join the Commander Core Creator Challenge for this month, really? I got 1 card? There's supposed to be 2 cards in this. Oh no, it's a promo. Right, there's only 1 card. Okay, never mind. Sorry, my bad. Commander Core Creator Challenge this month, we are doing, let me see if I can just grab it real quick. Yes, I can. Tatiova, Steward of the Tides. So if you build a commander deck with Tatiova, Steward of the Tides, bracket 1, 2, or 3, and submit that deck to me in my Discord. You can build it online or you can build it in paper. I don't care which, as long as it doesn't go above bracket 3. You can be part of the contest. You can win arena codes. You could win a pack of cards. But that is just that. That is a little sidestep thing. We are here for Alan. This is Alan's card. Let's give Alan his due. Alan, I'm hoping you give me some solid luck and that we pull something really cool. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that does look cool. I've never pulled one of these. Deep Fathom Echo. 2, a blue and a green for a Merfolk Spirit. At the beginning of combat on your turn, this thing explores. Then you may have it become a copy of another creature you control. Oh, that is so cool! Alan, you hit the mother load for a promo, buddy. This isn't probably like one of the money ones necessarily, but that is a sick card. I love the artwork, first off, how it's like very difficult to actually see the merfolk because it's supposed to be a spirit. I'm just trying to see if I can get a good angle so you guys get a good look at it. Do you see the spirit? There we go. Here. See the spirit? It like disappears into the ocean. It's awesome. That is really sick for gameplay wise, and that is an awesome. I've never pulled this. I didn't even know this existed. What a great way to end this pre-release kit. All right. That is my random Saturday video for you guys. I have a very, very annoyed and irritated pug with me that I need to go and take care of before he completely loses his craziness. So, I'm going to cap it off there. But as I said, if you guys in my audience and anybody else watching this video who hasn't subscribed to me, if you could subscribe to me, that'd be awesome. Kaiba would appreciate it. But yeah, you would appreciate it, wouldn't you? I know. But shout out to all those channels one more time. Sean Strazak, Direwolf Reborn Studios, TRO, Gaming Grandma, Mr. Tibbs, Scott Oval, Fart Gaming, and Andy of Oma Gaming. If you guys can check out those channels, that'd be awesome. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this little longer but little more awesome Saturday video than normal. Kaiba here and I just want to say thank you all to the new subscribers who have been joining recently. On our way to 100. We're almost there, guys. And in the meantime, in between time, much love to you all from Kaiba here, and I to you. Take care. Have a great Saturday, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye!